In this video I will show you how I control these LED strips that I put into my ceiling. I bought these Chinese RGB LEDs for Christmas and I controlled them using this ESP32 24V board. Let me show you what it does. The ESP runs a special firmware called WLED. It can be connected to a Wi-Fi and it allows you to control your LED using a web interface. This way you can change the brightness, you can also change the color, and the nice thing about these LEDs is that they can be controlled individually. So we can do some effects, like this for example. And also select whatever color I like. Now this looks great on a Christmas tree, but this can't be mounted into the ceiling, and that is why I bought something else. I bought these things. The problem with these LEDs is they run on 5 volts, while they are running on 24 volts. The great thing about 24 volts is that you need less current. I want all of my LEDs to have the same brightness. And if you have a very long strip using 5 volts, this won't work. The first LED that is very close to the power supply, it will be very bright. The further you get away, the dimmer the LEDs will get. So the last LED will be very dark. A solution is to use a higher voltage. So in order to mount this stuff in the ceiling, I designed my own PCB and I bought a lot of parts. I have a 24 volt power supply. This 24 volts powers this LDO and this one generates 5 volt. In the end I would like to power my ESP32, but the ESP32 runs on 3.3 volts, and so I need something in between, and that is this tiny LDO here, and this powers the ESP. And then we have our LED strip. Now it will be way longer, but this is for testing only. This will be also powered by 24 volts, but I don't want to power it on constantly because we will have some standby current here, and if the light is not turned on it will just waste energy. And so I need a transistor, a PMOS transistor, and this one turns on and off the 24 volts for the LED strip. Now this is a very powerful transistor. It's not possible to turn it on and off directly using the ESP, and so I will have a small transistor in between. So the ESP turns on and off this transistor, and this transistor turns on and off this big transistor. This is actually an NMOS. Ground is connected to ground, both ESP and 24 volts, everything is the same ground, but the digital input right here runs on 5 volts. Our ESP also has the digital output, but this one runs on 3.3 volts. So we need one last thing, and that is a level shifter that converts this 3.3 volt to our 5 volt signal. I took all of this and put it into this PCB. And there is one last thing that I'm trying today. I refuse to order a stencil because I have a laser cutter. So I cut out a sheet of paper and I will try to use this one to apply the solder paste. No idea if this will actually work. I will use this one today. I clearly had some scaling issues with my stencil, but it should do the job. I think next time I will not use paper for my stencil, but maybe some kind of plastic foil. The problem is transparent plastic foil doesn't work with my LED laser. You would need some UV laser, so I'm stuck with non-transparent foils, but I guess I will just give it a try. Let's see what happens. So I use this to apply it then, put on solder paste. Well, I really expect that I can only use the mask once, and that would be fine for me if I could use it at least once. Okay, I don't expect much, but should I do it like this or like this? I don't know. Yeah, let's do it like this. Almost. It's not too bad. I was expecting a horrible result, but this is not too bad. I think this might actually work. So, okay, let's put on the parts. And right now it looks like it will completely short, but usually when you put it into the reflow oven, it will align itself. So the reflow oven usually works like magic. Let's see if this works. So let's put this thing into the oven. It already smells, but it's not the PCB. Yeah, as I told you, it works like magic. It looks really good. But yeah, I would definitely do it again. So, paper stencil works. So, I have some THT components that need to be mounted here. And also this stuff right here. Okay, pretty nice. My silk screen is a little bit cut off here, but that's okay. Maybe before we connect it, let's power it on with 24 volts and see if it burns or not. So we have 24 volts in, right here. And we have ground in right here. These wires, very thick wires. Okay, perfect. Yeah, let's see what happens. Okay.